Stadium prime time edition of the NFL on EA Sports. We'll see Justin Herbert and the LA Chargers taking on Joe Burrow and the Cincinnati Bengals.
From the future home of Super Bowl 56, there's a look at SoFi Stadium just south of downtown Los Angeles.
Tonight, we've got the crew set for what should be a real treat, a great Monday night matchup between the Cincinnati Bengals and the Los Angeles Chargers.
Evan McPherson has this one teed up.
And we are underway in Southern California.
And the opening kickoff will not be returned, as that will be a touchback. Here are the Chargers ready to go on offense, led by their first-round pick in 2020, the man out of Oregon, Justin Herbert.
And he is just absolutely marvelous to watch throw a football. That's something I could do all day long, watch him throw routes versus air. But he's even more impressive when there are bodies on the field, and he's creating with big throws downfield.
Herbert on first down now.
And brought in by the tight end Cook.
He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31. Not a big window to throw. Coverage wasn't too bad there.
Yeah, they had him under wraps pretty well, but somehow able to muscle his way open and catch the ball.
They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. They'll run for the first time with Austin Eckler.
So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football in that situation. That's almost a tendency breaker.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Justin Herbert looking to pass. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled.
For a tight end, he's got good straight line speed, and on that route, he's often the guy that gets overlooked. Nice job there of finding him in stride for really good yardage.
Down Eckler. And they went the wrong way there. It's a loss of 4 on the first down play.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. So a step in the wrong direction. Now they'll look to make amends on 2nd and 14. Herbert will give this one to Eckler. He juked him. And across midfield he goes and into Bengal territory. Call it an 8-yard pickup, and it'll be 3rd down.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
Going to throw on 3rd down with Herbert. And Cook has it left side. And this effort won't be enough as they rally up to stop him a couple of yards short. They stop him for only 3 that time, and that'll bring up 4th down.
Well, the coverage was tight that time. They allowed the pass underneath to him, but they rallied to him pretty fast, too. Converged on him and got him down. That'll bring up 4th down.
Fourth down, and on is Ty Long to punt. And it's out of bounds. Now we'll see what the side judge says. He says out at the 8-yard line. The Bengals offense here ready to rock and roll. Joe Burrow is the man at quarterback.
So this is where we find out about the game plan and the trust factor, don't we? In this situation, the natural thing is take care of the ball. Run it inside. Everyone cover it. Just, get yourself some room and let your punter punt it out of there. But when you really got a QB you can trust, you might want to take a little shot early and try and create some space.
The former second-round pick, this is Joe Mixon, and able to get it across the 20 before they get to him.
Usually we see runs like this as the defense breaks down later in the game, but this guy is setting the tone early, running through all types of tackles and putting the defense back on its heels.
First and 10, and they've got 3 tight ends out there. A jumbo package look. Now Joe Mixon. And he's got a Bengals first down as he's got this up to about the 34-yard line. Well, one unit I know you want to watch is that offensive line. If they keep clearing holes like that, it could be a long night defensively.
No doubt about it, because when they are in sync, as we're seeing so far, when that continuity is there, and you can see that they're playing off of each other while controlling the defensive front and linebackers, you're exactly right. It could be a very long night for the defense because someone's going to run for some big yardage.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. They go play action with Burrow. Got an open man. That's C.J. Uzomah. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45.
Well, from their point of view, this game could not be starting out much better, could it? Force a punt on defense, and now they're moving it crisply on offense.
Crisply, I like that.
Like
yeah,
that?
Yeah, moving it very, very well. Looks like the defense on their heels a little bit. You put a score in here, long way to go, but you're right, that's a heck of a start.
Yeah, and I think this is where the play caller is looking at his play sheet and saying, grab that dagger play.
And he powers through the first wave, but he's going to be swallowed up behind the line of scrimmage. He stayed afloat for a second there after the first wave of contact, but that was going nowhere.
Yeah, what did he tell us in pregame? I just don't want to get my feet stopped initially when I'm trying to make a run. That's exactly what happened there. Unfortunately, as you noted, got away a little bit from the first one, but the wave swarmed him under.
After the loss, they'll come up 2nd and 13. Burrow going to give this to Mixon. And good pursuit yet again by the Chargers as they stuff him behind the line. Just a loss of a yard there, but it's not going to help. Now they face a 3rd and 14.
Well, that's not an easy play for a defensive end because most of his responsibility has him getting upfield and working, but how about his vision to see where the play was going, crashed down inside, and tackled him for a loss.
The run hasn't worked the last couple of plays. Now it's 3rd and 14. Now they go play action now. Burrow. And he's brought to the ground with another first down at the Chargers' 37.
And time to give some credit to the big fellas, the offensive line here, because you've got to have good protection on crossing routes, because you've got to give your receiver time to work all the way across the field. That time, be able to scan the field, spot his receiver moving left to right, and make a good, accurate throw. Thank you, guys.
So from Charger territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 37-yard line. Burrow will throw. And that is knocked away in the middle of the field and incomplete.
They've given up a few first downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. On 2nd down, here's Mixon. Absolutely nobody fooled there. He's going nowhere fast as he's stopped behind the line of scrimmage. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11. We're scoreless after 1. Start of the 2nd quarter, and it's the Bengals in control of the football as they've got it with a 3rd down coming up. Setting up to throw it. And that nearly intercepted. Boy, for a guy known for his hands defensively, that's a ball he probably thinks he should have come up with. But instead, it's 4th down. So on 4th down, off goes Burrow. On comes Evan McPherson for the Bengal field goal. This officially a 55-yard attempt. And he has got it from 55 yards away. That was never in doubt. So the opening drive stalls out, but the field goal does get him the first points of the night.
And 3 points, not to be underestimated. How about this, right? You're on the road. You're under the lights. National television audience. This is not a dress rehearsal, partner. This is for real. And a pretty nice opening statement.
Here's McPherson now to send it away. And Roberts choosing not to bring this one out.
The Chargers get set to go here for their 2nd drive. This one a little slow to get cooking. Just a 3-0 scoreline as they begin with a 1st and 10.
Here's Eckler to begin the drive. And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. Second down.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. And what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys. Good throw, good catch, but I really like the route. The drag and being able to run away from defenders, hard to stick with them for that long.
Yeah, better against man than zone, or?
Better against man, because now you're running away from someone and you're not running into a... defensive player in another zone.
Off the play fake to Eckler, it's Herbert. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Jordan Evans gets him for a loss of 10 yards from his linebacker spot.
Well, here's where having mobility sometimes can work against you as a quarterback. He thinks he can retreat and outrun the pressure. But that time, they zeroed in on him and took him down for a big loss, partner.
A really big loss. So now 20 yards to go on second down after the sack. Work to be done. Now Herbert with it, looking to pass. He dumps it to Eckler underneath. They'll give him 4 yards there. And they're going to face an uphill battle here on 3rd and long.
That might feel like a little bit of a lost opportunity there for the offense because the defense brought pressure that time. And sometimes against that, you can get out to your running back, and it could turn into a big gain downfield. But what a nice job they did getting to him quickly and holding him to a short gain.
And he'll be taken down by the Bengal pressure. Logan Wilson coming in to drop him for a loss of 8, and it also brings up 4th. Well, they sent him on the blitz from that linebacker spot, and boy, he got there quickly.
He certainly did, and obviously he could have used a block from his running back, but I think you nailed it right there. The defender got into the backfield so fast, it's hard for anyone to react.
Here's Ty Long now as he'll punt it away for the second time. And a fair catch called for and made just outside the 15-yard line. And when it's said and done, it's a 58-yard punt. And the Bengals will take over here 1st and 10. Cincinnati coming back onto the field here for their second drive. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted, and we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that, and they better make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see. Here's Joe Mixon as they start on the ground. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this across the 25-yard line. His first carry of their second drive, pretty solid. And, of course, remember back to their first drive, really strong throughout that one.
Not only is he getting good blocking up front, but how about his vision to find the holes? And he's seeing things before they even open and hurtling through them.
Off the play fake, here's Burrow. He'll drop this one down to Mixon. And they're able to get this one across the 35.
One of my old teammates called me the other day when he was watching the game. He's like, man, I'm trying to watch an NFL game and trying to account for their passing game. That's difficult. And just when you think you get everything covered, here comes a back out of the backfield. In this case, he picks up a first down.
Throwing now, Burrow on first down. This goes out wide for Mixon. And he'll be out of bounds up near the 45 at the 44. That's good. The completion there for 7 yards. And that'll make it a second down.
It appears they found something that's working, and they keep going back to it. I guess you can actually say he has the hot hands now, doesn't he?
Yeah, well, it's one thing to hit your guy out of the backfield once, hit him a couple times. Yeah, you're right. Maybe they're onto something.
And I think a lot of that is simply if you get it to him in space, more times than not, he's going to get more yardage than you expect out of each play.
They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. Now Burrow on first down. And he'll spot Higgins open left side. And he's got this down a yard or two shy of the 40 before he's out of bounds. We remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll take you to Orlando and Jonathan Coachman. Coach will have highlights and analysis of this first half, one that's featured no touchdowns as of yet on either side.
So his job's a little bit easier for this halftime report.
Need to give the coach some highlights here.
Yes, we do.
And that looked like some pretty easy yardage there right up the gut.
And he's a guy that has some height to him. So when you don't have to drop a shoulder or create or get through contact or trash, makes it a lot easier to stay upright, see the field, and make a run as we just saw there.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Burrow looking to pass. Flush to his right. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
Now, that was not a bad scramble there on first down. He didn't force it, nor did he throw it away. He was able to take off, and now he made it a very manageable 2nd and short.
Here's a give to Mixon. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the red zone here at the 22-yard line.
And Brandon, you know that expression? He just does what he does. It sounds trite, doesn't it? But in this case, it's perfectly apt. This is one of the better runners in the NFL. And all he does is just find avenues, find ways to pick up key first downs and big runs.
A handoff to Mixon. And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on 3rd down. And no move to get the offense off the field. They'll stay put on 4th and 1. Able to slither by. And he'll be taken down at the 2-yard line. And they're going to hurry back to the line now. Here's a run with Mixon. And they'll bring him down after just a short pickup. Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime. Burrow going to keep it on the sneak. And he is in. Touchdown, Bengals. Joe Burrow in the final seconds of the first half. And the Bengals would extend their lead here just before halftime. And this drive, Charles, very well timed as they score with very little time remaining in this first half.
And I'm reminded that they get the second half kickoff as well, so they can break this one wide open before the other guys have a chance to possess the football.
Evan McPherson for the extra point. It's up and good, and that'll increase their lead to 10-zip. That one was an extended drive, 14 plays all told. And it was Joe Burrow who took it himself for the touchdown run. So not much time to work with here. 9 seconds remain in the half as this one is away. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25. The Charger drive about to get going. And with only 9 seconds remaining, well, not much time, we'll see how they play this. And he'll work this back to right around the line of scrimmage and surrender there. So we have reached halftime with our score 10-0. As we send you to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach?
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. Welcome, everybody, to our abbreviated version of the EA Sports Halftime Report. Okay, right, Brandon. Thanks very much. And welcome in, everyone, to this slimmed-down version of the EA Sports Halftime Report. This game's had a little bit of everything thus far, and certainly plenty to look forward to, as the teams are right back out there for the second half. So we'll get right back out there as well, as we'll turn it back over to Brandon Godden.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Bengal offense now with a football first here to begin quarter number 3. Burrow and the Bengals with a 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. They'll start out here with a jet sweep. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4.
Let's just make this one succinct. Nice job there. All 11 guys on defense diagnosing the jet sweep and putting it down.
Six yards left on 2nd down. Here's Burrow. And he fires one incomplete.
Nowadays, quarterbacks don't mind throwing into coverage because of the confidence they have in their receivers to come down with the ball. But sometimes you have to be careful you don't get too confident and throw an interception.
So after the 2nd down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. Mixon with it. Across the 30 to the 31-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup there. It's 4th down.
Well, this was just simply excellent defense. On this 3rd down, they had to be alert for the possibility of a pass, but that didn't stop them at all from understanding what was going on when they decided to run the football, and they just swarmed and stuffed them for almost no gain.
Here's Kevin Huber now. And the way this offense has moved the ball, he hasn't been needed till here in the 3rd. They'll take this across the 25 before going out of bounds. A pretty good punt there, but also a nice return of 12 yards. And it'll be Charger football here as they take over. Now we'll look at the Chargers offense. They get ready for their first possession of the second half.
And their defense did its job by forcing the punt to start things out. And now, Charles, can the offense get in gear?
I think, partner, you can sense them saying, okay, the first half was theirs, but now let's get the momentum back on our side. We forced a punt. Now let's go downfield and score. If we do that, we'll be set up well for this second half.
They started on the ground with Eckler. And he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4. 2nd and 6.
Well, they still have time to get him established, but in my estimation, they've got to pick up the urgency here. They've got to get quickly in and out of the huddle and run off a bunch more plays.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. It's Eckler again. Oh, he shifts past him. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Now it's Herbert. Herbert has it knocked free. But a Chargers player was able to fall on it, and they'll keep possession.
Fortunate to get that football back, because trailing here in the second half, last thing they needed was to lose the possession.
And the word I think of here is opportunity, because it could have been lost there. Their chance to score points. But the opportunity for the defense was to go ahead and really close this game down if they were able to get possession.
The fumble on 1st down. Now here's 2nd down.
Back to throw here, Herbert. And this is Cook with the ground. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on 2nd down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives them much better opportunity to convert on 3rd down.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Here's Herbert. The Bengal pressure gets him that time. Down he goes.
Logan Wilson
able to drop him that time for his 2nd sack of the evening.
Well, he shot in, CD, like he was back in the backfield. No one could stop him.
Well, you certainly diagnosed that play perfectly, because as fast as he got into the backfield, you're exactly right. The running back had no shot to get over and try and protect his quarterback, and a sack resulted.
Here's Ty Long now as he's on to punt for L.A. Averaging 50 yards a boot so far as this one's away. Good coverage there. An even 50-yard punt leads to a return of 5. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Cincinnati now ready to take the field.
This crew had to punt last time they had the ball, but when you've got a lead like this, you content to play the field position game?
You are to an extent, especially if you like your defense, because you have the lead, you've been controlling the game. But why put them in a tougher spot? You want to get out there and get something done on offense and maybe take command of this game yourself.
Burrow going to lead up the Bengals here, 1st and 10
at their own 26.
He'll hand it off here. This is Mixon.
58 yards rushing for him now in the ball game.
Partner, I remember a coaching friend of mine used to tell his running backs before games, make sure you run and jog with your offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking when those big behemoths start to create space for you up front. He did a pretty good job of just following those guys through there for a nice explosive run.
A good gain on first has him set up with second and just a couple of inches now from the 29. They're passing here, Joe Burrow. Oh, that one sailed a bit, but the catch is still made.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the third quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Mixon. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember the last drive, they went 3 and out.
So from Charger territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line. Now it's Burrow. And the coverage terrific there as that's knocked down and incomplete.
Receiver coaches preach to their guys all the time. Separation, that's what's going to make the play successful. That time there was very little, and I think they were actually fortunate that it was only knocked away and not intercepted.
Third quarter on a Monday night with a 2nd and 10 coming up. Now it's Burrow. Again, he'll target Boyd, this time successful. And give him 6 yards here as he's stopped near the 35 at the 34.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
Now Burrow. He'll find his running back, Joe Mixon. And he'll be out of bounds as he gets it down to the 30 there. It'll go as a gain of 4. And that's going to bring up a 4th down.
We can make this one pretty simple. Locked up all of his progressions downfield, forced to get it to his running back. But how about the way they ran to the football and knocked him down to force a 4th down?
It's a 47-yard field goal try from here, but instead they're going to opt to go for it on 4th down. Burrow going to keep it himself. And he'll be touched down here, but not before he does pick up the first. Probably helps your confidence level on those 4th down sneaks to have a quarterback as tall as he is.
Yeah, you're talking about being able to extend at the end and make sure the ball gets to the 1st down marker. But also, he has to be able to drop his hips and get down behind that offensive line in order to move forward. Because if he just runs it straight up and down, you and I both know that they'll snap him backwards. Well done there, well executed.
And he will be taken down, but a big pickup there on what's going to be the final play of the 3rd quarter. 1 quarter remains here as we wrap up the week on a Monday night. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. A good chance now to put this game on ice. This is 1st and goal. They're going to look to throw. Dancing to his left. The improv on the scramble there gets him 6, and it'll be second down.
Well, he did a nice job keeping his eyes downfield, waiting for someone to get open. But once the pressure forced his eyes down to see the rush, it was time to make a break for it.
On second and goal, one man stands in the backfield, and that's Mixon. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. Mixon, and he'll take this into the end zone for a Bengal TD. Joe Mixon, excellent work there to get in on the touchdown run. And the Bengals, they widen their lead. An important score there, CD, and now an important extra point because it would make it a 3-score game.
Love the math there, and at this point in the fourth quarter, look, we all need next-gen stats, right? We all use them, but we don't need them here, do we? Because that means it's almost a certain victory.
McPherson on for the point after. He's got it, and it's 17-0. A 10-play drive that time. And it all culminated in the touchdown run coming from Joe Mixon. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. Roberts electing not to try it, and this will come out to the 25. L.A. readies for its next possession. And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one reason, isn't it?
It certainly is. You got to get points. And, okay, all right, I'm being facetious here. But you get points, you feel a little bit better about yourself as you move on to the next one.
Herbert going to lead up the Chargers here, 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. Throwing to start the drive. Herbert, that's into the hands of Eckler. And he's upended at the 33, following a good pickup of 8. So they will accept the penalty and move forward. So now a fresh set of downs, 1st and 10 after roughing the passer. Here's Herbert. Finds a seam inside the 40 and down to the 27-yard line.
I can put my defensive cap on right now, and I know they're saying don't give up any big plays now. They've controlled this game throughout, and all they want to do is see it through to the end. I think they let their guard down a little bit with that last completion. Sometimes when you're trying not to give up bigger plays, you don't react as fast as you should on other throws.
So they'll come up in Bengals territory now with a 1st and 10 at the 27. Herbert. That'll be complete to Cook. A gain of 6 there on 1st. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Herbert. He's going to find Cook here in the end zone for a Charger touchdown. Jared Cook there to make the grab. And the Chargers are finally into the end zone here in this fourth quarter. So a little bit of a letdown there defensively. I mean, look, you're still 2 scores to the good, CD, but things may be a little more uncomfortable than they had hoped.
Yeah, if you kept them out of the end zone there, this game's over. You've locked the door on them. Instead, it's still open a little bit, and they've got a puncher's chance.
Dustin Hopkins on now to add the extra point. And it's 17-7. Scoring summary, 3-play drive. And it ends with the Chargers getting into the end zone. Touchdown, Dustin Hopkins will kick it away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. Now the Cincinnati offense ready to see what they can do here. Well, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this fourth quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
Burrow and the Bengals with a 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. The drive will commence with a run by Mixon. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. From the shotgun, it's Burrow. And he'll find Chase on the right side complete. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35.
Well, that should be a reminder defensively, and I think it's a reminder to myself because you just can't sell out to stop the run. There's still enough time that this offense can move the football through the air, even on 1st and 2nd downs, and they obviously picked the right spot to throw the ball there.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. From the shotgun, Joe Burrow. Airing one out for Boyd. And this nearly an interception, but it's incomplete. Well, a turnover really would have helped him there, but not to be.
I like what they did there because many of the deep throws we see in the course of a game come to the outside, the perimeter of the field. In this case, they used a slot receiver to run deep downfield and tried to connect that way. Unsuccessful in that attempt, but I like what they were doing.
They try to eat some clock with Mixon, and they will only muster a yard here to the 38.
Well, partner, Marvin, our #1 stats guy just handed me a little card that says he has 97 yards on the ground today. You think he's going to get the ball again?
I think so. 3 away from that century mark. Got to have it.
Yeah, and I think what they're going to call is one of his favorite runs, whatever he feels comfortable with, and what the offensive line has executed well today to try and get him over 100 yards.
On 3rd down, Burrow. He completes it to Boyd. And he is going to have a Bengals 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
But when you're up by 2 scores in the 4th quarter and you're going to throw the football, expect to see a lot of man. It's pressure. So if you're a play caller and you want to keep throwing the football, that's fine. Just make sure your offensive line understands they're going to get additional guys running at the quarterback.
So from Charger territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 47. Out of the shotgun, they run with Mixon. And nothing much materializing there on the 1st down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
I know the game's not over, but there's got to be a sense of satisfaction right now for the guy carrying the football a bunch today. 99 yards, and he has enough time to go over the century mark.
Well, you got to give it to him again, right?
Yeah, there's no doubt about it. You're not worried about losing yardage here. You're not worried about any of that. You just want to get him to the promised land for every runner. 100 yards or more in a game.
2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So the Bengals in possession of the football here as we get you reset. And you'd have to figure they're just looking to burn these final 2 minutes away and get out of here with a victory. From the 44, Burrow. That's caught by the tight end, Drew Sample. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 47. And whistles, and we're going to have another stoppage of play as they call the timeout on defense with 1:53 left. An important play right here, 3rd and 10.
And I would expect pressure here.
On 3rd down, Mixon gets past one man. And he'll get this to the 40, but that's still going to be a few yards short of the 1st down. Now the Chargers will use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. They'll spot it at the 47, so call it a 57-yard attempt. And this is good from 57 yards out. That was bombs away right there. So they settle for just the 3, but clearly right now anything helps trying to salt this one away in the 4th.
Without a doubt, obviously a touchdown probably would have been the final nail to finish this thing off, but they still ate up time, got points. So while it's not mission accomplished, it's darn close.
Here's McPherson now to send it away. And Roberts choosing not to bring this one out. Herbert and the Chargers down by 13. Just over 1:40 to play. Their offense has struggled all night, and now they need to find 2 scores late to try to pull this thing out. Herbert has it knocked free, and the Bengals grab it. And he will bring this down inside the 10 to the 8-yard line.
Well, that drive wasn't a case of wanting to put points on the board. It was needing to, having to, and they didn't get it done.
Yeah, didn't get it done, and now you look at the situation and the point differential, 2 scores, pretty much game, set, match.
How about the takeaway, though, huh? How about those defensive guys?
So now the Bengal offensive unit back out onto the field. And they are in an absolutely golden spot. It's 1st and goal following the fumble return. The defense gets him the ball via the turnover. Now can this offense cash in? 1st and goal. They'll give it to Mixon. And he will take it on in for a Bengals touchdown. Joe Mixon, his 2nd touchdown of the night. And the Bengals use the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6. Boy, a good, strong run there. Some serious perseverance, and it pays off in 6 points.
And, Brandon, you know when it gets deep into the red zone, it often becomes a question of who wants it more. And we got our answer on that one, didn't we? The guy with the ball, he wanted it all.
McPherson now for the extra point.
And that one pushes the lead up to an even 20. Well, they got the ball in great field position. One play later, boom, end zone.
So after the made field goal, here's McPherson to send this one away. Roberts electing not to try it, and this will come out to the 25.
The Bengals defense gearing up as they take the field. They did their job coming into the hostile environment, doing what needed to be done to get the W.
And that has to feel great because all during the week, that's one of the goals that they talked about. Going on the road, making that stadium their own, establishing themselves in the game. Give them credit. They got all of those things done.
Yeah, both sides of the football did their job in this one. On first down, Justin Herbert got his man. It's Williams. And he's going to get a good gain of 9 here up to the 34. Throwing again on second down. Herbert, give him 9 there on the first down completion. They're going to need to get up and set in a hurry. On first down, it's Herbert. And complete right side to Cook. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. Again, Herbert throws left side, complete to Keenan Allen. They'll contain him to just 4, second down. And now it looks like they're going to be in the hurry up.
Meanwhile, Herbert's throw going into the hands of Williams.
Chargers going to use their third and final timeout, as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the ball game. And a nickel look here for the Bengals as they try to defend this on third. Out of the gun, Herbert trying to get it to Williams, but it's intercepted. Chidobe Awuzie with a pick.
And the Bengals are in great shape here as they take over at their 46-yard line.
All smiles and high fives on that defensive sideline. That interception will cap off what was truly a tremendous performance.
Yeah, if you can hold a team to 7 points in the NFL, that's the kind of day that you feel really good about. Now, I do know a few guys are going to think to themselves, held them to 7. If we'd made one more play, could have had our shutout.
The Bengals drive about to get going. They have the dream scenario you hope for coming into the game. Just one kneel here, and this game should be over.
And it's always the final play of preparation each week.
Touchdown, Bengals!
Jamar Chase,
54 yards.
And the Bengals are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead.
Well, this is long since over, and some might see this as overkill, but remember, this is a team that puts on the hard hats, grabs the lunch pail, and tells everyone, we're going to give you a full 60 minutes. And that's exactly how they're playing this one out.
So now the Bengals offense will stay out there as they'll decide to go for 2.
And Burrow's going to look to throw for it.
Eluding the pressure right. And he will get into the end zone to extend the lead by 2 more.
I think this is just going to be a function of the times we live in now. Very similar to the bat flip in baseball. Everyone's got to start to get comfortable with this. But to me, this is just rubbing it in. You got a big lead. Go ahead and take the extra point. One thing to keep in mind, though, karma's still out there, and sometimes it has a way of catching up with you.
After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. And Roberts choosing not to bring this one out. The Charger drive about to get going.
This is just an exercise in futility. Do you even bother running a play here offensively?
I wouldn't, because now is not going to erase what's happened during the game. So after it's over, you're going to go to the film, find out where the game was really lost. But this is not a situation now where you're going to make up for anything.
We'll see what they do here.
So this one in the win column now for the Cincinnati Bengals. And they were buoyed, Charles, by a big second half that put this one on ice.
And I know a lot of people watching this one were thinking to themselves, I bet halftime was really interesting. Probably took the paint off the walls with some of the words that were said. But I get the sense that it was much more of the adjustments they made. They came in with a game plan that we saw that didn't work in the first half. They made the adjustments necessary, went away from that, and then they got it together, got a spark, and then took off. It's really nice to watch in the second half.
So that'll do it for my partner, Charles Davis, and the best darn crew in the industry. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. With that, we say good night, everybody.